So you try to get your best face on. Oh yeah, we're fine. Everything's okay, sir, officer. There's nothing going wrong here. Um, oh, this and that and the other. I'm telling you, follow the money trail. There within lies the real truth about things, because very few people tell the truth about things these days. The truth is in the Bible. Okay. So this is going to wrap it up for right now, and I just want to thank you for those of you that were listening. We're going to be taking some topics and just diving into them. And I know I jumped around a lot of different places, but we just want to give you a little taste of where we're going. We're going to talk about churches and, actually the real church is really here. Churches even got the wrong name for church. I'm even tell you about my situation that happened where my father founded a church, because there's a lot of stuff that went on there too that people just do. With me, I'm different. I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care what you got to say about me. I could care less. Only thing that really got me was what got me. But I'm going to tell you right now, people are so evil. They got so much of the devil in them, the stuff they do, and they lie, they do things. That's why a lot of people don't want to come to church. And it really shouldn't be called church. It should be called the house of prayer. For my house should be called the house of prayer for all people. I think this is one of the reasons why things are so messed up and God is busting them up, because we haven't been doing right. Really, the breaking of bread is going to be done from house to house. It's not going to be done in a church house like it's going on right now, like they call it the church, which is basically the synagogue. And one thing about the house of the synagogue, whenever Jesus went there, he was always putting them out. They didn't want to hear him. Like when I used to go, they didn't want me preaching. They didn't want me being in the ministry. The bishop didn't want me to be no pastor. He didn't want me to do anything. The devil didn't want me. You know why? I wasn't caught up with property and land. My father wasn't caught up with that stuff. I don't care about the property. I don't care about the money. It'll come if you do what's right. I had somebody say something to me. Oh, we can't grow here. You can grow anywhere where God plants you, as long as you teach the word and you do what God says you to do. Okay? And when you do it right, you cannot build a city over blood. That's what happened in the house I grew up in. A house that got stolen from us. Okay? A house that was founded by my father got stolen. And they kept trying to build it over blood. I kept watching. I said, this is never going to work, because they're going against the principles of the word. This one thing, when you know the word, you don't have to worry about what people say. You don't have to worry about what people say. People can say whatever they want to say. As long as you know the word, it's just like if I got my hand in my pocket and I got $5 in my pocket, and the person says, you ain't got $5 in your pocket. Do I really need to say something? I don't have to say a word. It's just like when the devil did Jesus. If thou be the Son of God, cause these bread to be made stone. You know what Jesus said? It is written. That's all you got to tell people. It's written, man. It's written. It is written. What do the attorneys do? The lawyers. They do the same thing that the word of God does. Oh, but it was written. This law. This is this happened then. This happened. They always going back to what's written. Isn't it amazing that we'll believe the newspaper before we'll believe the Bible? Man, people don't want to believe the Bible. You know why? Because then they'll have to obey it. They'll have to do it. And they don't want to do it. They want to do what they want to do. It's where I did it my way. Who sang that song? People that do things their way will get their results. Keep on doing things your way. And what you will get? You'll get your way results. Do things God's way, you get God's results. What is it better? To live here a miserable 65 years, and then after you parted your body, live in bliss for eternity? Or to live it up here for a little 65, 70, maybe 80, maybe even 100. Have all the money, go be recognized on TV as somebody great, die, and then end up screaming in fire for the rest of your life. You know what? It's amazing because When I go into the shower and I turn on the hot water and it hits my back, I be like, woo, man. Even cold water gets you. You're going to be in a place that you can't get up. Now, the sauna, I like going to the sauna, but I can only stay in there so long. There's a door. Hotel California. You check in, but you don't check out. They made a song about it. But do they believe it? Not the way we will live. One thing about us, we may not always live right and do right, but we're just like a baby. A baby learns how to walk. It learns how to crawl. It learns how to talk. It's the same way with a church person. Everybody doesn't learn on the same level. The Bible says, let the wheat and the tare go together. And when I come, I'll do the separating. In other words, let the hypocrites be in church. The church is a hospital. You don't expect to go to a hospital and see people that are well. You see sick people trying to get well. That's how the church is. You aren't the judge. You talk about me, you probably got the same problem yourself. And if you don't, you got a different one. You already got a problem because you're talking about me. So, it's about growing up together. They said this about the ark, Noah's ark. He had all those animals in there. Oh, I bet it stunk in there. It might have stunk, but it saved a lot of people. It saved souls, it saved animals, it saved 8 souls. So the house of God, it might stink in there. You might have a lot of people that are hypocrites, but don't you try to separate them. This one sister said, you know what? I'm so thankful that nobody really came and judged me because I was a hypocrite in the church for a long time. I was a hypocrite myself. I was smoking weed. I was in the choir, 10 years old. In the 10th grade, I was smoking weed, still going to church, singing, doing things. I was a hypocrite. Okay? But I learned how to change. I'm going to tell you about some stuff that happened to me that absolutely blew my mind. Okay? And we're going to talk about this generation. We're going to talk about children and how some of you are sending your kids straight to hell because of the way you're teaching them. Nothing. And you yourself have got to die someday. All of us do. But wouldn't you rather, when you get out of your body, go up than to go down? I'm going to tell you about a story that went down there. It's a rich man and a poor man. They were 2 beggars. One begged while he was on earth. The other one was begging while he was in hell. It's in St. Luke chapter number 16. I'll tell you a little bit about it real quick. His name was Dives. He was a rich man. He lived on a street called Beautiful. He lived and fared sumptuously every day. He ate good food. And little Lazarus, he was out at the door of the beautiful house of his gate with dogs and licks in his sores. He had sores all over his body. He was an impotent man. He couldn't do for himself. So they called him a beggar. Isn't that amazing? You have a name, but he gets changed because of what you do. Like a drunk, he might be a drunk. He has a name, but he gets a name called drunk because he's drunker. Oh man, that's a drunk on the street. Oh, that's a drug addict. They don't give you your name. They give you what you do. That becomes your name. Well, Lazarus, all he wanted was a little bit of the crumbs that fell from the rich man's table. Okay? Moreover, the dogs would come and lick his sores. Okay, but there came a day when the rich man died. Well, first the poor man died, and the angels came and took him into Abraham's bosom, which was really a place of paradise, where he was at peace, no problems, things were fine. And paradise was actually a gulf situated away from hell, from Sheol. Okay, they're both in the earth, but they're way away from each other, situated. That's why a lot of people don't understand when Jesus went down to hell. He went to paradise. That's why he told that thief, today you will be with me in paradise. Jesus went to paradise, which was in hell, to go save. And I'm going to explain that later, because if I do that, you're going to get mixed up here. But anyway, so the rich man died too. And in hell, he lifted up his eyes being in torment. And he started crying and screaming. Now think about it. If he's dead, his brain is in The grave, his body's there. What is he doing knowing it's hot? You learn while you're at home in the body. In other words, the real you, the thinking you learn about your hands, you learn about your feet, you learn about pain, you learn about ouch and itchy, uchi, and all those kind of things. So when you get down there, you're going to know it's hot. Your body's up there. This temple right here, it gets you in trouble. Okay? It just gets us in trouble. So I just want to thank you all for listening. You see me, I keep going on a tangent. I'll go on to this and that. But we're going to have some fun here, and we're going to show you guys how to eliminate death in your life as far as your spirit man is concerned, so that you don't go to that place called the living dead, which is Sheol and Gehenna, and then later on get cast into what's called the second death, which is the lake of fire. Don't want that happening to you. And there's a way to get out. Remember, Jesus would that not any should perish. People say, oh, they've been saying he's been coming for a long time. You know why hasn't he come? He's trying to give you a chance to get in. He's trying to give you a chance to change your life. Give you a chance to come into the full knowledge of the truth. We're going to talk about the right baptisms, how to truly get born again. People that say they're born again, but they really aren't. People that are Christians, okay? They're followers, they're disciples, but they still don't know how to be born again. Don't you know that you could be a disciple and you could also call yourself a Christian? And you could be a follower and still not be born again? But you cannot be born again and not be a disciple and not be a Christian. Christian means to be Christ-like. Of course, they come up with some other meanings, and they say that somebody called us Christians first. We were called Christians first at Antioch. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this be our very first presentation as far as a little glimpse of what we'll be talking about. I spent about 50 minutes here talking about different things here and there, not really doing any in-depth, but kind of jumping around, just kind of letting you know. So once again, my name is Stephen Cross, a native here in San Diego, but I'm a Cushite. My lineage checks all the way back to the tribe of Judah, from Cross. So from King David and King Solomon, God is waking us up. So may God bless you all. And remember, the name of this show is called The Last Enemy is Death. Is death going to be your enemy?